Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever you are, DIY chameleon community. I am here with Mr. James Cross. Mr. James Cross, how are you doing?
I'm tired, but I'm ready to go, Bill.
All right. Well, I see you've got some really cool stuff in that garage. And so I'm just wondering what kind of fun stuff are we going to look at
um,
today?
oh man, I've been doing some of my own personal projects. You know how
Okay.
that goes. You got to get your own damn darn crap done, and blah, blah, blah. Along with working every day. But I came home this weekend fired up. Got a couple of pre-cages started for something that's coming in the future. Can't tell you. Um,
Oh, what?
but today I think we're gonna do something that you wanted for one of your cages, and I think we're going to do a drainage tray.
Oh,
Um, that way we can make it look like it's part of your cage instead of having to use that dang vacuum, Bill. I
okay.
came up with an idea, and it's some old world way of using wood and metal. I learned a bunch of stuff about these old wooden tanks and water tanks and stuff. And so I thought
Hmm.
I'd share a little trick that came from that too. But we're going to pull back here and get things a little bit turned around. And I'm going to come over here and we're going to go over here. And, you know, I don't want to do
What?
this right now.
I'm sorry. What?
Um, I think it's my turn.
Your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn to ask you some questions.
What you doing over there, Cross?
I've been having a lot of thought about other things besides the DIY stuff, Bill.
I see.
And out of all the people I know, you're the one to come to with this. Um, I've been
All right, folks, he's
having
going off script.
well, I've been doing a lot of social media,
Mhm.
and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Um, Influencers and followers and subscriptions and being an old school person where we had to use a telephone that had a dang dial on it.
I remember
um
that.
I just don't really know what I'm doing, so I thought maybe we just take a moment and step back from the DIY stuff and maybe talk a little bit about doing some Instagram, and how um well, social media in general.
Well,
I
I
wrote
think.
some questions down while I was sleeping one night.
All right.
You know me, I do my best thinking when it's bedtime. And, I just thought maybe we could take a moment and maybe ask you some questions this time. What do you think?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, doing social media is DIY, so it fits in what we're doing, and it's something that everybody, if they're going to do it, they have to do it themselves. So I am game. I think that falls under our purview.
Yeah, I want to DIY the DIY chameleon guys.
Okay, we'll do DIY Instagram.
Huh? So I wrote down some questions here.
Okay.
Um, First one, I like Instagram, but Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, how are they different?
Okay. So for everybody who is trying to make heads or tails of what's going on in the social media world, there are a number of different platforms, and James has. Well, okay, I'll talk to James and everybody. Uh,
There's nobody else
so,
here, Bill. It's just you and me in the garage.
we've actually, and this is a great question because there's been a huge shift in what social media is. We're doing a shift from social media to entertainment. When the whole social media thing came up with like MySpace, Friendster, Facebook, that was all about sharing your life and interacting with people. And that's the social media. That's where we got that term. But as things have evolved, you've got YouTube, which is really a performance. You've got Instagram, which started off just sharing photos, and you had Vine, which is no longer around anymore, but that was sharing the original 6 second short form video, and TikTok now, which is short form video. But now you're seeing YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, they're all following TikTok. And so what you see, there's a progression from social media where you're getting to know people and talking with people to performative, performative. And that's really
Whoa,
where we
whoa,
are
whoa,
right
whoa, whoa, whoa! You just used a really big word. What the heck is performative?
now. Okay. So social media is where you would be sharing, this is what I had for breakfast, and how you feeling about things, and then arguing about whether the dress is blue or yellow. And performative is when you're up on stage, like if you make a YouTube video, you are performing for your audience.
Oh, like
If
us?
you exactly like
Oh
us.
my gosh, I'm a performative person.
Yeah.
You better write
James,
that
you are
down,
now.
Cross.
Yeah, well, so whenever say, James, you're performative, you say,
I'm
dang
getting
straight.
performative T-shirts.
And now we do something a little bit different. We have a very interesting hybrid thing here.
Can't I
But
just live in the moment, Bill?
well, no, we do something that's better
Okay.
than performative. And so, like TikTok, you are sharing about yourself, but you're making a little video, and so you're up on stage. Yes, you can interact in the comments, but this is things have shifted. And the thing is, so many of the other platforms have shifted towards the performative because it's been so successful. TikTok has just been a monster. And so our Meta is now moving Instagram towards that, and even YouTube. For us to be successful on YouTube, we have to go through doing the shorts. And I mean, that's not a, I shouldn't make that blanket statement. Anyway, so what's the difference? You have, some are the forum style. That is Facebook. Oh, okay. That is Facebook. That's Reddit. And
Illuminati. Sorry.
they have groups, and so you go in and you interact as a group, and there really isn't somebody sitting on stage. Somebody starts the topic, and everybody is essentially equal. Something like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube are what I call performative. You have to put together content to share with other people. And then we have Threads and Twitter, which are text based. And so, yes, you can put on pictures, but they're more of sayings. These are my thoughts, and it's a short text base, and so we can do more shorter interactions. Um,
Which
and
one's
so,
better, Bill?
well, that's going to depend on what you enjoy doing. So there's, if you like doing text and writing things, Threads and Twitter is good. If you like that constant conversation, Facebook is good. If you like to create videos, then YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram are good. And so it really depends on what you are good at. Um,
Well, let's focus on Instagram because it
okay.
seems like it's got the most moving parts for me. Um, Tell me what I could do to how does it fit together?
All right. Instagram is the most of all of these platforms. Instagram is the most complicated because because Mark Zuckerberg, who bought it, got rid of the people with the original vision of what an Instagram as an entity would be, and they just took every social media feature and they crammed it into Instagram. So Instagram is the conglomeration of every other social media out there. So it's got a whole lot of moving parts, but that also makes it, in my opinion, the most powerful platform to be on because it has so many options. When you are wanting to create an audience, you need the elements of being able to reach people. You need the elements to create a community, and you need the elements to create a deeper connection with your audience. And in TikTok and YouTube, those are pretty much all in the same thing. You create a video, yeah, there's comments, but yeah, there's no private messaging, and there's isn't a whole lot
Oh,
of
okay. That
tools on, and even private messaging on TikTok is limited. But on Instagram, you can post these reels, which are the short form video. You can post the pictures, still images. You can post carousels, which are a collection of images and reels. These are all reach tools. But you also have stories, which is something where you post a video or picture or something, and it only lasts for 24 hours, i.e., they stole it from Snapchat. But um, that pretty much goes to your existing subscribers. So you can see how you can use the reels, the short form video, to go and get people interested in your account. Once they're subscribers, then they can see your stories. And at any time, they can even go a level deeper and talk to you in your direct messages.
messaging.
So Instagram has a lot of those tools that you can weave together and figure out what makes sense for you. They even have this, what is it, the broadcast, where you have a broadcast with all of your subscribers, but it's just text. I mean, I think you can put in pictures as well, but it only goes to your subscribers. So there's a lot of tools to bring people in and then to work with them as a community.
What about reels?
Reels, those are, they keep changing what a reel is as far as what the length of a reel is, but that is short form video, and that is your currency of reach. Um, Instagram used to be like a search engine where you would type, I want to, that's what hashtags used to be. I want to find things about chameleons. And so I'd type in the search term chameleon, and I would find the people that use the hashtag chameleon. It's gone now into this more of this performative stuff where people now do the doom scrolling. And so they're just sitting back and they're waiting for Instagram to figure out what they want, and they present it to you. And so what this means for you as a creator is that if you are making reels, they're going to show it to your subscribers first to see if anybody likes it.
Mm-hmm.
And if people like it, they're going to start showing it outside of your subscriber base. And they will show it to more and more people if they get the signals that people are liking it. If people don't like it, it's just going to crash and burn and just fade into obscurity forever and ever.
Okay.
So it's pretty tough out there.
Yeah. Well, so what about the whole followers thing? I keep hearing followers aren't important, but it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Okay. So people would talk about followers and subscribers as vanity metrics because we kept wanting to build our followers and say, okay, we have 20,000 people following us, and that makes us better than the people who have 1,000 people following them. It's a way to say how big your account is. It
Yeah,
was called
baby. I'm feeling vanity.
it was called a vanity metric because if you look at how many people actually see your post, look how many followers. I have 25,000 followers on the Chameleon Academy account, but my post goes out to, when I do a reel,
Uh-huh.
it can go out to like 3,000 people, and only half of that are my subscribers. So you can subscribe to somebody, and it's likely that you are not going to see those posts just because you've subscribed. Now, you will see it if you interact, if you look at their reels, if you watch their reels all the way through, if you share the reel, then you're going to be shown more of that content, whether you're subscribed or not, whether
Mm.
you're following that account or not. So followers don't matter when it comes to really important things about building your account. But, big but here. It's
Hey,
like
hey, hey,
saying,
hey. Don't be
yeah,
talking
okay,
about big
sorry
butts.
for the language.
Man.
It's like saying that looks don't count. We all
Right.
know that's garbage. We
Yeah.
know, yeah, okay, you need to have something substantial inside of you to go the distance, but the looks get you in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who take are able to
Makeup,
take are
makeup.
able to take advantage of the opportunities are the ones that get their foot in the door. And that's what followers does. People, you are judged by how many followers you have. Period. That is the first thing that people judge you by on any of these social media accounts. And so to say it's a vanity metric is accurate, I would say is accurate, but also it's very important if you want to take advantage of things that those like in our animal our world here. We there's more and more events for people in the reptile community, like Animal Con and going to other. Like I'm going to Clint Reptiles' 5th anniversary, and the people who are invited to those first are the ones with the largest followers
Mm.
and largest subscribers, and so you regardless of whether they're vanity or not, they open doors for you. And so growth is important.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, what kind of things should I post? I'm having a hard time figuring out how to um, keep the DIY thing going, but I don't want to post too much. And then I find it sometimes I don't post enough. So I don't know what I should be posting and how should I post it? Should I do videos? Should I do just pictures? Add some music? Should I dance on a tabletop? I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. I don't, I'm just again, I'm super new to this kind of stuff, so I just want to make our community grow, and that's the whole reason for the Instagram is to try to draw them into our YouTube. And so I just want to know what I should do to maybe entice that, improve that. And again, at the end of the day, our main goal is to help people. This isn't about vanity and all of those other things. This is about creating a beautiful community outside of the normal uh, pissing match that we see constantly on all of the Facebook sites. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's all about pride and getting in your face and being better than somebody. And I don't want to do that. I'm here to make this community grow. We want to make it exciting and fun. So what should I be posting on my DIY guys thing?
Okay.
Our DIY guys thing.
That's right.
Huh?
uh, that, and this is for everybody to consider, what you post depends upon what your goals are. And right now, I haven't prepared a nice way of saying this, and so I'm just gonna say
Be
it.
blunt, Bill. Be blunt.
I'll
Just
be blunt.
throw it out there.
So
We're big kids here.
you you need to have the thing is, if you want to grow that subscriber number, that follower number, if that is important to you, then you need to make reels. Number one, it has to be reels, and they have to be general interest to people, because it's the reels that are going to bring in the growth. And so if you have a highly niche reel saying, okay, so these here are the different kind of nails, and this is what you should do, that's going to have a low viewership, as opposed to, I've got a nail here, and you hit your
Hand
finger.
with it.
Yeah, you hit your hand with the hammer.
That's gonna.
That that's going to go viral, and you're going to
Well,
get.
well, well. Who would have ever thunk?
There you go, James. You now
I'm
have.
going to do a bunch of videos on shooting nails into my hand with the nail gun.
You will get a whole lot of subscribers. Now, let's take some perspective here. You will get if you shoot your hand. I'm not saying do this, but if you do something like that and you smash your hand, shoot it with a nail gun, or something like that, yes, that will get a whole lot of views out there, and it will get a whole lot of followers for your account. Now, here's the trap. Those followers are followers that want to see you bash your hand with a hammer. So you so you have to decide, Do you want those numbers? So are you going to follow what brings in those numbers? Are you going to bash your hand
Nope.
every okay. So
Nope.
and that is what I would agree with is being the right answer. Because
Maybe just one time.
you need to decide what your account is about, and you need to stay true to that.
Okay.
And that's why you see on my account with chameleons, I almost never show my dogs. I have 2 Shiba Inu dogs that are the cutest things in the world. If I started including them in my account, my followers would shoot up. But that would be people now who want to see my dogs, not the
Mm,
chameleons. And so what I'm doing is I'm mixing up my market, and I'm really messing things up because those people are not interested in getting a chameleon cage, and they're not interested in my next video, which is going to show coccidia in a chameleon. They're not interested in that. So you have to hold back and be careful that you don't chase the numbers of followers, and you don't compromise your topic for that.
mhm.
Now you have, and I talk about you. It's our account, but James is actually running it. That's why
Because I
he's
suck at it.
well, you know what? We're gonna get that. So uh, you posting things that are projects, DIY projects that specifically are for chameleon people is going to make sure that the people who follow you are actually interested in doing things for chameleons. So you stick with that. Every
Okay.
now and then, you can put on like a video or something of Dusty and Janet,
Okay.
uh, James's donkeys. But the danger is that you're going to
I'll
get
get a bunch of
people,
donkey people going hee haw in the background.
yeah, they're going
Okay.
to, and they're going to unfollow you when they find out that
I'm not a
you're
donkey
really
guy.
about building stuff.
Yeah.
So you've got to be careful how you do it. Uh, one way you can do it is have your donkeys walk in front of the chameleon cage you're working on, and
Okay.
so that way there at least there's a context.
Oh man, now we got to start training donkeys. Jeez,
But
the work level on this thing. Go
the
ahead.
other the other part of that question, you're asking what should I post? That's the topic, but now you've got to figure out what form you're going to post it. Are you going to be posting it as an image, a single image? Are you going to be posting it as a reel, which is a video? Or are you going to be posting it as a carousel, which is a collection of images or videos? And images are the easiest, obviously, and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Reels are the currency of Instagram today. And so the short form video, I think it's up to 90 seconds. I always make mine 60 seconds or less because that's what YouTube requires for it to be a short. And so all of my shorts are 60 seconds or less. And that goes on Instagram and TikTok. Doesn't matter what Instagram allows or TikTok allows. I always make it 60 seconds so it can go on all three.
So how do
Um,
we know we're doing well?
okay, that is once again keeping in mind what is your measure of success. So, what is it you want out of this account? Some people want followers out of this account because when you have a whole lot of followers, and if you can get the engagement, you got brands that will sponsor you and give you free stuff and fly you out to stay in their hotels and stuff like that. And so those people, they want the numbers, they need the numbers. You don't need the numbers. What you need is the community. And everything that you do on our DIY account should be to support the community, to be strengthening the community. And you would be, or we, how am I saying this?
I know. Why do you keep saying you? It's
We, because
guys, Bill. It's
he's the social media
guys. It's
master here.
two.
Uh, so on our account, it would actually be really good for us to start doing stories because that is, and that's just okay, here I am, and I'm about to build this cage. Okay, here's me with a hammer in my hand. It can be inconsequential stuff, but that's what people love with stories, is that it's informal and it's just, hey, look at that tree, and you just weave it
Okay,
into the
so I
story.
should be bringing the camera maybe to work a little.
Uh, we got to be careful. Maybe you can't go too far out of the
The
range.
spectrum. Uh huh.
Yeah, it's if you go too far out of what they expect from you,
Uh huh.
you have to weave it into the story. You have to, okay, this is
Okay.
why it's important. Now, you can, if we talked about nail guns, you could say, all right, here I'm at work. You want to see Big Bertha? Okay, this is a nail gun to end all nail guns.
Right. Check
Now,
out Bob.
look,
He's the fastest nail gun guy in the West.
you can do, as long as you can tie it in.
Okay.
And it's a great idea to tie it in. But if you go just going off and saying, hey, look at this real cool pine tree, okay, that's okay if your account is about you as an individual and your experiences as an individual person. Our account on DIY Chameleon Guides is not about us as individual people. It's
Right.
about how we make things within the chameleon community. And so there's a wide area that we can step out of that to give personal experiences, but we still have to tie it in to our central theme, or
Right.
else people just start to wander. Their minds go
Right.
elsewhere.
Well, I think we should be taking a few other avenues, and I'm thinking about a few other things that we may be doing and stuff in the future besides just building stuff. You know, and maybe at some point we should sit down and talk about that. That would be kind of fun. Um, Another question I have is, well, um, should I post the same content everywhere? I have my Instagram account is tied to my personal account, and then I have a few sites that I moderate on Facebook, and then I have a few sites that aren't involved with Facebook that I send some of the stuff to too, to try to bring in followers. And the followers are not for any other reason. It's not a vanity thing. It's not vanity, people. It's it's about broadening our community and bringing more people into our community. I want to become a force to be reckoned with within the goodness of the community. So, what do you think?
I think in this particular case, that having the same content across the different platforms would be fine.
Okay.
Um, there are some people who get really specialized into the audiences, because the TikTok audience is different than the Instagram audience, which is different than the YouTube audience. And so there is value, if you are really serious about these platforms, to create content that's different for each platform, with the subtle differences, the subtle targeting of the audience. Uh, but at this point, I think with what you're looking for, what we are looking for, and what we are doing, we can use the same videos, because it's this. We just want to bring people in that want to build stuff for chameleons, and the different that goes across the different demographics that you find on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Um, let's see if there's a way I can explain. Like I can explain, I do every week I release a video and a podcast. The video is on YouTube. That's where I produce something, and then there's a podcast which is just audio. Most people, they do a video and then they rip the audio and put it onto the podcast, and that works in many, probably most cases. But for me, I want to take advantage of the benefits that podcasting brings. Podcasting is the only medium where you can go along with somebody and they can be doing something else while you're with them, like they're driving, they're doing chores, they're working out. And so that is an opportunity to be with them while they're doing that. And that distinction is so important to me. I want to make a show specifically that takes advantage of that, not takes advantage that serves that audience. That's what I want to say. That serves that audience. They're looking for more discussion, more detail, more backstory, a deeper understanding. And I can do that in a podcast. I can't do that with a YouTube video. Everybody's just going to go, oh my gosh, where's the cute cat video? So for the YouTube video, I make a shorter version of it. Everything is condensed into like 19 minutes, whereas my podcast may be 30 or 40 minutes on the same topic. And so that's an example of specific being specific to the platform. Um, and you got to Instagram and TikTok are locked in this battle of who's going to be who. And Instagram took a bunch of TikTok features, and now TikTok is copying a bunch of Instagram features. They're eventually going to coalesce into the same thing. Um, and
Yeah, that's
so
what I was wondering. Why do all these platforms keep changing?
they're because they're trying to keep up with TikTok.
Well, and it's really tough for us old guys to try to figure this crap out in the first place, and then they change it, or they
Instagram
block you,
changes.
or they, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Especially Instagram
and
changes
they
on a
won't even
monthly
tell you
basis.
why. That's the part that really bothers me, and I wish that they would at least give us the opportunity to figure out why I got blocked or what I did wrong, so that I won't do it again. But you don't even get that slap on the hand, so that's kind of frustrating. So
That,
I'm
that
I do have a tendency to try to back off from stuff just because I had that happen to me once with a great account, and I had a lot of people following me, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And I went to turn it on one day, and it was completely deleted, and there was no reason for it. So
yeah.
that's why I'm asking these questions, because I want to, again, I want to enhance the show, but in bringing more people, and it brings in more people to the other shows too, which is awesome. And I think that's the whole goal behind this. I think we're all trying to be this great big team of wonderful people trying to help each other in this community. So I want to reach across all the spectrums, but I'm also an old guy and I just don't quite get all of this stuff.
Well, what you said is an important thing for everyone here to remember. This social media, all these platforms, we don't own our account. We don't own our followers, and they can disappear at any time. And it could be something completely a mistake and nothing that you did wrong, but this is all done with AI and it's all done automatically. And so it's very rare that you find somebody that you can talk to. You can't talk to a human being. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is trying a program for you so you can talk to a human being, so it's getting a little bit better, but you could lose everything on Instagram. Uh, Instagram and TikTok are really bad with that. They'll just decide you're done and your account disappears. Everything you've worked for disappears. YouTube doesn't do that as much. Um, so you're a little bit more stable on YouTube. But if you're running a business or you have a huge following that now you're starting to get money for and you're depending upon it, keep in mind that this is on shaky ground, and people can report you for reasons that are not fair. They can gang up and decide that they're going to take your account down because they don't like you.
Mm.
And Instagram is trying to avoid that kind of thing, but they often get through. And so be very careful. There is a reason why I keep talking about this newsletter. That's because nobody can take that newsletter away from me. Nobody can take
Mm-hmm.
that email list away from me. And if you are on my newsletter, you're going to be getting the emails that I send out. It's not like social media where only 5% of the people are going to see what I post.
Yeah,
You're going to
that
be
newsletter is awesome. I love to sit down on Sunday morning, have my cup of coffee, and read that newsletter. It's just like my grandpa did. I do it out on the front porch. I don't have a rocking chair though, but well, that was awesome, Bill. I really think that that gives me a lot of things to think about. Of course, somewhere in the future, I'll be bouncing a few more questions off of you.
Okay.
but I'm glad that we took a moment to just step back and, and of course I got to do a little camera playing throughout that whole little conversation there. So I didn't have to do all the work this time. You got to do your thing, and I got to kind of be the monkey in the background. But next week we're going to go ahead and finish that drainage
All
tray,
right.
and I
Sounds
just
perfect.
I just appreciate everything that you guys and all of you out there do for this community. And I'm having such a blast, and we love you all.
Yeah, James, that's what's special about what we're doing here. And I talked about how this video, what we're doing, this show here is performative. The thing is, although it is
Performative. There's that
perform
word again.
go and tell your wife, Bill called me performative.
Dang it.
But the thing is, we do it a different way than most people do it. Every one of our episodes goes live Wednesday at 5 a.m. and we're there live in the chat for the first show. So anybody seeing this, these shows are launched 5 a.m. Pacific every Wednesday morning. And for the first show, we are there in the chat live, and we've
Yeah.
got a community that comes up. And see, that's the thing. We build
Nobody does that. Yeah.
This is a community building thing for us. It's not just us making a video and throwing it out there and saying, okay, who's watching it? We're there saying good morning. And if you go in there, it's not like we're sitting there philosophizing about the meaning of the universe. We're just saying hello to each other, good morning. We're laughing at the things that are happening in the video, and we're starting the day off on a positive note with the
It
people
gets
we
you
love.
up and going, doesn't it, Bill? Gosh, I come out of those shows sometimes so inspired.
And so, see, that's the thing. That's what this show is about. It is about the community that has built up around, and everybody out there who's in the chat right now, laughing at James and me and all this, and we're having a good time. You guys, this is what makes it worthwhile is being with the community. And so, thank you very much for all of you typing in the chat right now.
Yeah, we thank you guys so much.
All right, James, you know what? I'm going to let you get on with your week, and we're going to come back next week, everybody, and we're going to see that drainage tray that I've been waiting for.
Awesome.
James, what should we leave these people off with?
This time, it's got to be something different. How about just reel it?
Reel it. That's right. Instagram it, everybody. All right, we'll see you.